first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
He's crazy. He's checking crazy.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to go for a big play into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 18-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. The first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Going for it on 4th down. Allen in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Danielle Hunter. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bills' 11-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare.
They try again with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Watch the safety creep. Slam, slam. Hey,
On second down, Cook. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Open man, here's Foster. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, 46 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one will be accepted. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, and even 50 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A toss to Cook. He juked him. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal for Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Giving 30 yards there. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 43 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
We're not going there, but yeah,
Cook on the toss left. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pump the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Yeah, it's on this one like 8:54, and on the other it's like 8:58, like 9:58.
reminder, coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. On 1st and 10, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now we're into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 45 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Those mornings, man, I'm not a huge morning.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Allen off the play fake. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. This will be caught by Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Allen now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Allen now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Start off the wide receiver position. Of course, they traded away Stephon Diggs. Did bring in Tajay Sharp, the former Titan, on a low-risk 1-year deal. You would expect them to add some juice at the position, whether that happens in round 1 or sometime later in the game.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Into that area, one name to remember, Jalen Johnson.
I'll tell you what, the Minnesota Vikings have a great opportunity.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Allen eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the pressure gets to him again. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Status wherever we are, maybe my home or here at the KFAN studios. But that's it. If I were GM for the day on draft day at 22, Tristan Wirfs, 25, I would go Jeff Gladney. We'll see you guys later. I hope everybody's doing well and everybody's staying safe and everybody's keeping their kids happy and healthy.